When God brought the Israelites into the promised land, His desire was that His people would be different, set apart, and distinct from all the nations around them. That's what holiness really means, to be separated from the ordinary, separated unto God Himself. Listen to how God describes Israel in Deuteronomy 7 verse 6. For you are a holy people to the Lord your God. The Lord has chosen you to be a people for Himself, a special treasure above all the people on the face of the earth. In a world that bowed before idols of stone and wood, Israel was to serve the unseen God, the true, living creator of heaven and earth. Moses said in Deuteronomy 4 verse 7, For what great nation is there that has a God so near to it as the Lord our God is to us, whenever we call on Him? Israel was meant to be utterly unique among the nations, with an unparalleled relationship with the one true God. But when we reach 1 Samuel chapter 8, something changes. Samuel, the prophet, the current judge over Israel, is old. He has appointed his sons as judges over Israel, and they are corrupt and dishonest. It is here, north of Jerusalem, overlooking Ramah, Samuel's home, where the leaders of Israel came to Samuel with a demand. Give us a king to judge us like all the nations. Why did Israel make this request? Maybe it was fear, peer pressure. Maybe it was a desire for stability or control. Israel had lived under the judges for hundreds of years, with mixed results. The people fell into idolatry and trouble, cried out to God for help, only to fall back into the same cycle. The Israelites had many enemies within and outside the land. They often came under attack, but when they cried out to the Lord for help, He always delivered them out of their troubles. But now they asked for a king. Samuel was grieved and hurt by their request, but God told him in 1 Samuel 8, verse 7, They have not rejected you, but they have rejected me, that I should not reign over them. The people of Israel no longer wanted to be set apart as God had designed them. They wanted to be like the other nations and have a visible king to rule over them and fight their battles rather than relying on the unseen God. Think of the contrast. Only a short time before, when the Philistines attacked, Samuel cried out to God for help, and the true king thundered down from heaven, scattering their enemies. But now the people said, We want a king like the nations. They wanted to control their own destiny and rejected the invisible king who had already fought and won their battles. God told Samuel to warn the people the cost of having a king. Their sons for his armies, their daughters for his work, their land and their harvests. But they refused to listen, and that decision later haunted them. After the reigns of King Saul, David, and Solomon, the kingdom split in two, Judah and Israel. The southern kingdom of Judah had 19 kings and 1 queen, and only 8 of them are described as good. The northern kingdom of Israel had 19 kings, and all were described as evil. The kings the people had asked Samuel for led the nation into sin and idolatry, until both Israel and Judah were carried into captivity. So what is the lesson for us today? The first one comes from a proverb, and it says, There is a way that seems right to man, but the end of it is death. The people of Israel thought that they knew what was best for themselves. They had God as their king, delivering them from their enemies, providing for them, and guiding them through the period of the judges. They looked at the nations surrounding them and thought, We want to be like them. We want a king to rule over us, to fight our battles, to give us stability. On the surface, it seemed reasonable. A king could lead and protect and organize the nation. It seemed like the safe, sensible choice. But God warned them, yet the people refused to listen. They insisted on a king like the nations. And what was the result? A disaster. The lesson is clear. What is wise or safe to us, apart from God, can lead to our ruin. The second lesson is that being chosen by God and set apart comes at a price. Israel tried to be like the other nations, to turn away from its unique calling or to be set apart. And it never really worked. They always remained different, distinct, and other. And they often paid a heavy price for that difference. Yet it was God's calling on them from the beginning to reflect His faithfulness to the world. And it is God's calling for us too. Paul wrote in Romans 12 verse 2, "Do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you may prove what is that good, acceptable, and perfect will of God." As followers of the one true God, we are not meant to blend in. If we become like the world, then what makes us different from the world? Israel's story is a reminder. Holiness means standing out, even when it costs something, and even when you are handing over control to an unseen but very real God. The Lord has called His people then and now to be distinct, to let Him be our King. So, who reigns over your life? The king of this world or the King of heaven and earth?
If this teaching blessed you, help us pass the blessing on. Ignite the Truth is brought to life through the generous support of Christians around the world. Partner with us, share it widely, and get ready. Another teaching from Israel is coming your way next week.